So I thought about the term Black Lives Matter,
Yes.
and then the response that a lot of people said was all lives matter,
Yes.
and
Right.
how each of those terms triggered people. Both of those
Yes.
terms triggered people. And I thought to myself, why are these terms triggering you, right? And so
Yeah.
I did a thought exercise. I went into my journal, and I started thinking, okay, I'm going to defend both of these and say they're both right.
Yeah. Right.
Right. So I started with the Black Lives Matter and say, okay, let me pull out my notes here real quick, because I want to try to articulate the ideas that go behind some of this stuff.
Yeah.
So I started with a whole explanation about how when I first heard the term Black Lives Matter, it rubbed me the wrong way. It gave me a negative viewpoint. And regardless of historically whatever happened to the organization and the like, and there's been a lot of criticism, I thought, why did that make me feel that way? And I realized because it felt like it was being too exclusive, right? It felt like it was only saying, I only care about Black lives. And that means, well, what about everyone else? What about the other people of color that have suffered, or even just even not even white people who've suffered injustices? Why is it that way? And I started going through this, and I said, well, what are the beliefs or premises that kind of have to go in it for you to think that this is the right thing to say?
Right. Right.
And I realized, I think you need to think that the American systems, legal, law enforcement, educational, banking, whatever, have inherent bias that
Right.
manifests as racist outcomes for some people. In this case, especially Black people, right? That's one of the assumptions that has to go into your head, one of the beliefs, and as a result, you got minorities, especially Black people, are treated unequally in society and get unequal results,
Right. Mhm.
right? So, and at that time, we also had all the big main cases of innocent, unarmed Black people getting killed.
Right.
And some of them because they weren't innocent, but they were unarmed, right? So you had a lot of that going on. So that got a lot of attention. Those things combined gave the impression that Black people were suffering heavily from this. So
Yeah.
if you are someone who says, I need to alleviate that problem,
Yes.
my concern isn't everyone else who's suffering this problem, but that problem. So you
Yeah.
create your own movement and you call it Black Lives Matter.
Right. That seems
And
reasonable.
from your viewpoint, it seems perfectly reasonable. I'm focused on
Yeah.
this one little thing. It's not that I don't care about you, but I care about this thing right now, and this is what I'm addressing,
Right.
right?